you describe when you were watching either in 2006 or 2009 when Japan won? Matsuzaka was the star, Darvish was the star. What do you recall about watching those games, where you watched them, who you watched them with?
その第1回、2回大会、日本が優勝した大会で、第1回大会は松坂さんが活躍したり、ダルビッシュが第2回大会、それはいくつぐらいで、どこで、どんな気持ちで見てたんですか？
いくつぐらいでしたかね。小学校高学年とか中学校ぐらいの時だと思いますけど、テレビの前ですごく嬉しかった記憶もありますし、はい、すごく嬉しかった記憶もありますし、はい、普通の野球少年のようにテレビで観戦してました。
Fifth or sixth grade for the first tournament, and middle school for the tournament, and middle school for the second one. He was at home watching in front of the TV, and one of the biggest hits he remembers was when Ichiro got the go-ahead RBI in the 10th inning against South Korea in the finals game, and he was excited just like any other kid that loves baseball, and he was just one of those kids that really loved baseball.
Shohei, what was your reaction the first time you heard someone describe you as the Babe Ruth of Japan because you hit and pitch at such a high level?
メディアでは日本の二刀流、日本のベーブ・ルースっていうふうに初めてそれを聞いたとき、どんな気持ちになりましたか？
ベーブ・ルースってね、もうなんていうんですかね、もう神話の中の人みたいな、本当にいたのかなどうなのかなっていう、本当にそのぐらい神様みたいなレベルの人だと思いますし、自分なんておこがましいと思う気持ちもそうですけど、ただそういう選手に例えられることはすごく嬉しいんじゃないかなと思います。
I mean, Babe Ruth existed somewhat like a mythical creature to him. So obviously being compared to some mythical creature to him. So obviously being compared to someone like that is very honoring and very humbling. But he doesn't think he's nearly at the level of Babe Ruth yet.
So when you were growing up, who were your favorite baseball players?
幼い頃野球見てた時は誰に憧れてました？一番好きな選手。
誰に憧れてた？でもやっぱりイチローさんは好きでしたね。同じ左バッターでしたし、イチローさんはすごく好きだったかなと思います。
Ichiro left-handed, and he was a hero to him growing up.
So did you find yourself idolizing more hitters than pitchers when you were a kid?
じゃあもう子供の頃はやっぱピッチャーに憧れてたのか、そのバッターに憧れてたのか、どっちだったんですか？
どっちっていうのはないんですよね。ピッチャーだったら松坂さんもそうですし、ダルビッシュさんもそうですし、すごい好きだったし憧れてたので、バッターだったら、イチローさん、松井さんすごく好きだったので、どっちに惹かれるっていうのはなかったですね。もうどっちもかっこよかったし、思ってやってましたね。
Didn't really pick one over the other. He simply just liked watching really good baseball players. I mean, pitchers, Matsuzaka, Darvish, he really looked up to. Hitters, like he said earlier, Ichiro and Hideki Matsui. He just loved watching really good ball players. Didn't really matter if they were a pitcher or hitters.
So when you come to Major League Baseball, how important is it to you to be able to continue pitching and hitting both?
そのアメリカに来た時にその二刀流をアメリカでできるってことはどれぐらい重要なことですか？自分の中でアメリカで二刀流をするっていうこと。
したいと思った時は正直ピッチャーとしてしか評価してもらえてなかったですし、ピッチャーとしては欲しいって思っている球団がもうほぼ全部だったので、もう現時点でどのぐらい自分が評価されているかというのは分からないですし、そこが分からない以上はなんていうんですかね、難しい判断かなとは思うので、自分でもどのぐらい本当にできるのかなというのは分からないかなと思いますね。
Come over to the States and play baseball. All the teams are scouting him. All the MLB teams, they're scouting him as a ball. All the teams are scouting him. All the MLB teams, they're scouting him as a pitcher, and not as a hitter at all. So he was trying to make the move over to the States as a pitcher at the time. But now that he was able to do both in Japan, but he still doesn't know how the American teams rate him as a hitter. He would like to know like what the American general managers or organizations think of him from a hitter's standpoint. And if they, of course, he would like to do both if he can, but it's not up to him. It's going to be up to the team. So it's hard to say at this point.
So what do you remember, Shohei, about when you almost came directly to Major League Baseball? Who were the teams you were speaking with most seriously about at that time?
高校を卒業してアメリカか日本かって決めてる時に、そのメジャーリーグの球団何球団かから話あったと思いますけど、それはどのチームだったんですか？どのチームが一番結構強く来てたんですか？
どのチーム？ブルースもそうだし、レンジャースもそうだし、がまあ一番強かったですかね。まあ他に何球団かもちろん来てましたけど、熱心に来てくれてたのはそうですね。まあジャイアンツとかもそうでしたけど、はい、とかかなと。
A few teams that were approaching him, and Giants, Rangers, and the Dodgers were the three teams that were actually being the most aggressive with him, talking.
Do you think you'll remember those teams the most when it comes time to come to the U.S. again?
今回、もし今年のオフ行くとしたら、やっぱその3チームには何かの。
まああの時とはもう状況も違いますし、もちろん同じ球団ではありますけど、全部が全部、それは全く白紙にはなってくるんじゃないかなと思いますし、あの時と今とでは状況がちょっと白紙にはなってくるんじゃないかなと思いますし、あの時と今とでは状況がちょっと違うかなと思います。
Also, it might be the same teams, but it might not be the same personnel. It's not going to be the same teams, but it might not be the same personnel. It's not going to be the exact same people that are still there. So probably everyone's going to get a fair shot. I'm not going to value one team over the other because of what happened in the past.
So 4 years ago, why did you decide to stay in Japan and pitch for the Fighters rather than come to the U.S. at that time?
その4年前、なぜアメリカより日本ハムを選んだんですか？
打って投げてっていう判断僕にもなかったですし、おそらくピッチャーでしかないんだろうなっていうのは自分でも分かっていたので、そこをファイターズは見ましたし、いろいろ自分の中で考えて、本当に熱心にファイターズにお世話になろうかなと思って、そこは決めました。So
one of the biggest factors was that the fact that they suggested me doing both hitting and pitching. To be honest, I wasn't even thinking about hitting once I got drafted. But I guess the Fighters rated me very high as a hitter, and they explained to me how they can make this work, and they realized that going over to the MLB is his dream, and they'll try to make that true one day. And they were just really aggressive and had very good explanations of why it would be a good decision to join them.
So if you played in a league where there was no DH, are there positions in the field that you could play?
もしナリーグとか DH 制のない方のリーグに行ったら、守れる場所はあるんですか？
僕がですか？プロでは外野、ライトを主に守ってましたけど、守れるかって言われたらわからないですし、も